It's always rude when you just look at someone and you say, I told you so, but I told you so. Welcome back to Rush the Field, your one-stop shop for college football. Today we're breaking down the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl, going over where the faults were of the teams, and kind of just analyzing the games in all. So we're going to start with the Orange Bowl, Penn State versus Notre Dame. This game was actually a very good game. I have absolutely no complaints about the cinematics of the game. I think that both teams played incredibly well, and I think Notre Dame just had a little bit of an upper edge, and a lot of that, like I mentioned in my previous video, came down to coaching. So, big thing here that was, I would say, Penn State's downfall to a lot of the game was their failure to convert on third down. They are 3 for 11 on third down conversions. Not to say that that was the sole purpose of the game. The game was incredibly close, but if they would have been able to hold the third down conversions a little bit better, a little bit closer to what Notre Dame was. Notre Dame was 11 for 17. And yeah, so that's one stat. Notre Dame was able to outthrow Penn State by over 100 yards, but Penn State made up for that with their incredible rushing offense and 204 rushing yards to Notre Dame's 116 rushing yards. Both accumulated very minor amount of penalties, 5 and 4, and the interceptions within the game were, as you can see, complete game changers, especially the last interception of the game. Penn State throwing it to Notre Dame's defense, and Notre Dame capitalizing on field position to get that field goal to get the go-ahead win for the game. Time of possession was roughly the same. Notre Dame had 7 more seconds than Penn State. So all in all, I would say it's a fairly close, fairly even game, which my final score prediction was 24-21, and it was 27-24. So I think I should get some props for that. I think a lot of the takeaways, especially for Penn State fans, is where's Drew Aller's purpose on that team? He didn't throw to a single wide receiver the entire game. I don't know about you, but that's a crazy stat. Penn State didn't really have any notable passing statistics, minus the fact that they threw to Nicholas Singleton and Tyler Warren, and again, not a single wide receiver. All in all, it was a fantastic game, and Notre Dame going to the national championship for the first time in, 10 years, I think? Maybe a little bit more than that? I don't know. It's been a while. Let's break down the Cotton Bowl. Ohio State versus Texas. If you were to look at the stats of the game, how many passing yards, receiving yards, rushing yards, and time of possession, you wouldn't press the game to have the final score that it did, which was 28, Ohio State, Texas 14. Texas and Ohio State basically threw for the same amount. Ohio State edging them by about 6 yards and out-rushing them by about 20. So it was very clear that Texas's defense came to play. It was a very slow, very stagnant game on the first half, up until the last minute of the first half. To recap, Texas drives down the field with a little under a minute. They score a touchdown. Ohio State gets the ball. They run a screen. They score a touchdown with very little time remaining in the second half. And then Ohio State starts the second half with the ball. I would like to say that that play shifted the entire momentum of the game. Because rather than going into half even, ready to kind of reevaluate your offense, now you're going into the locker room knowing that you just let up a touchdown. You let up a 75-yard screen pass with less than a minute left on the clock. And Steve Sarkisian is kicking himself so hard. And I think what also kind of sealed the game was the very last drive that Texas had where they were in scoring position to put this at a tie ball game. And they fumble. Sawyer scoops and scores. Now it's 28-14 Ohio State with just a few minutes left on the clock. To me, that kind of just solidified that they were going to the national championship. And great for them. I feel like Ryan Day has had this coming for a very long time. And all the Buckeye fans out there definitely wanted to see Ohio State finally make it back to a national championship under Ryan Day. And I think now the time has come for that. Now the question is, national championship, Notre Dame versus Ohio State. Two teams that have been on the outside looking in for a very long time. What do we have? Well, we'll go over predictions in another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. See ya.